Okay, so I'm only going to do a short video. I've been working on the starter town. Basically, it's a pretty good sized property, but I got to flatten everything out, finish putting up the walls. Let me show you what's going on so far. Yes, I am on alpha right now. Biddy has logged into the server to check it out. She's the only one with the password right now. And here pretty soon, I believe we're just going to go ahead and open it to the public. But see, I started putting in walls for barriers. All of this is going to end up being flat for the entire town. We'll go over here first real quick. This encompasses the entire deed. So one tile out is the end of the deed. So right here at this tile border, that's the last of the border all the way around. So this tile's on my deed. All this is in my deed. This fence is, these two are not, but this is a gentle sloping ramp so that y'all can come out here, do some fishing if you want, or foraging, whatever. It's basically just kind of an open area. You can, I might put some, a dock on one side or something down the road for parking ships, but this is out on Central Lake. So I can't imagine there's going to be too many ships that need to come in here unless y'all decide to pull up and settle right here on the lake. Anyway, there are roughly 50 Templar guards inside because once I set up the buildings and do the population and all that stuff, there's going to be a central market for trading and whatnot. This town will be open to everybody. As a non-citizen, you will not be able to do hardly anything as far as like changing anything. You're allowed to drop stuff, pick up stuff, load stuff, all that fun jazz, but yeah, beyond that, I mean, you're not going to be able to dig on the deed. You're not going to be able to mine on the deed, nothing along those lines. But I will have beds and stuff set up for sleep bonuses. Oops, I forgot. I'm still in fly mode. Hang on, let me get out of fly mode. Okay, so you can go through the gates. There's no lock. Come out this way, and there will be a road headed over that way. You can kind of see the mine right there. So if you just follow the shore, you're going to be able to get to it. But let's get over there really quickly. So this is the Stone of Soulfall with the jewel board. At some point when I finish the basics of the town, the jewel board will be moved into the town itself. So you'll need to go in there to get the jewel board. It's not just going to be left outside here. This mine is not on my deed, but I will help, or I will try to maintain it. As you can see, there's lots of iron for any new players to be able to get their tutorial done. If some players want to be able to, build up their stuff real quick or improve their tools, whatever, to start with, then that's fine. Just try not to, you know, try not to hoard it all, because I'm not going to be maintaining it that often. So I'll go in, I'll fix things periodically, maybe once a month. I'll fix the walls and reset it so that anybody's got an option. That's actually pretty cool. So you got the Moon Jackal, you got Haven, and then over to the north somewhere was the other moon. There's 3 moons for this game, and every once in a while, not very often, but every once in a while, they all align, and that the other one's bigger than this one. So it just looks really cool. Okay, so anyway, from the mine, if you're doing the tutorial, you have trees. You can do your starter crafting stuff to get through that section. You can see the town right here. It's not very far away. You can walk there very easily. Like I said, I'm going to put in a road to help guide players to that location. And then you just cross the bridge. You go into the town. So this is what's gotten set up so far. I've still got a bunch of work to do on the town, so don't expect there to be anything yet. For now, like I said, I'm going to leave the jewel board out while I'm working on the town itself, and that is, oh, good gravy. What did Amethyst Corner or something like that? Hang on. Yeah, Amethyst Corner is that town segment right there. So, like I said, oh, she log out? No, Corey's still logged in. She is going to be the other GM. So it's Alpha and Corey are the two GMs for this server. There are going to be times like when I'm doing my Iron Man saga, I am not going to be paying attention to anything going on down here. I might glance over every once in a while, but yeah, if I'm doing a video or streaming specifically for the Iron Man saga, I am not going to be paying attention to that. So if you have questions or whatever, I'll try to have breaks between the videos so that I can possibly answer questions or give you a hand or whatever. There goes that bug again. But um, I'm not going to be worrying about it too much to start with. So all of this was like this, all uneven, rough, whatever, and I've started to level it all out so I could use it for usable space. So the market's going to be in here and all that. There'll be other buildings, guard towers, what have you. I'm going to set up training areas for combat. So I'll have the combat dummies, the archery targets, all that stuff, so that you can work on targeting. This gate back here is the exact same way as the front one. There's no lock on it. You get close. Oh, you heard it. There it goes. So you get close and it just opens up and you go. And like I said, you can come out here and do some fishing or whatever. Foraging. This is not on my deed, but I encourage everyone to not try to set up a settlement there. Number one, there's no resources, so it's kind of a useless piece of land for a settlement, and you'd be either cutting through this town all the time, or you'd be. Hang on, that's another message from. Biddy says she can't believe how many fruit trees are on the map, and said that I may have kind of gone a little bit overboard with them. Well, yeah, maybe, but like I just told her, it's still good wood, so you can still cut them down. But it's good for when they come into season. You can get the fruits from them. I don't recall getting the message though about. Let's see. Let's go back up to the top. Nope. There's supposed to be a message that pops up for what seasons are coming up and all that. And I may have to still work on that to get that working. But I did add a few mods, um, ones that we were using before. So hitching post is in. Let me take a look. Let me see real quick what I got going on. So I know the announcer is in, so when people log in, log out, and I have it set up for everyone. So you will see if I log in on my GM character. You'll see when Corey logs in. You'll see, any of the other players. Doesn't matter what power level they're sitting at. You're going to see everyone that logs in, everyone that logs out. And I believe it's got a special announcement for any of your actual in-game friends. So that one's set up. Bulk separated is set up, so your bulk storage bins should separate the stuff being put into them now instead of just combining them automatically. Crop mod is in. That sets it so that your crops don't go to weed after the harvest season. So they'll harvest to their max, and then they'll just stay at their max until you come and harvest them. Speaking of which, the crops are set to 6-hour growth segments. So each growth cycle is going to take 6 hours, but the server stays up constantly. So if it's a 4-hour growth cycle, or I'm sorry, a four cycle growth period from you planting it to you having full grown crops, then within a day you're going to have full crops. I also modified it to add one additional harvest for each time you harvest. So if it's a crop that normally you only get 1 or 2 out of, you're going to get 2 to 3. If you get normally 4 or 5 out of it, you're going to get 5 or 6 out of it. I did turn on the deed upkeeps. So remember to sacrifice things to your deed token. And this is a permanent. If I can find it, where'd my token go? Is it up here? Yes, it is. So your settlement token. So like I'll take the opal, and you can go here and you can go sell. You sell it to your token. I received 8 irons for that sale. I can sell the emerald, which is 50. It's a little bit less quality, and it's all based on the quality level of the item. So if I activate that, see, now the option is not there. That's because you can only sell once per hour. That is an in-game standard. To my knowledge, there's no way to change that right now. There might be a mod out there, but I'm not aware of it. So once an hour, you can sell stuff. Your best option, if you're going out and killing creatures, loot the corpse and then pick up the corpse. Bring the corpse back to your settlement token, sell the corpse. The corpse is always at 100 quality level. You're going to get the most out of it, which is roughly 9 irons. You do that frequently enough, and you're going to see. If you do it frequently enough, you're going to be able to have enough to be able to do the upkeep. But the whole setup, see, withdraw money, I have 8 irons in there. So I can withdraw money if I want to, but I don't need to. So it's also a way to store coins if you need them for later on. the whole reason for turning on the upkeep was, and I talked to Biddy about this, and we both agreed this is a good method to keep the uh, the deed sizes down to an appropriate level. Because by having it set up so that there's no deed upkeeps and it's free uh, deeding, it's already free deeding. It's going to stay free deeding. So you can you know start a settlement for free, set it up the size you want, whatever. You just have to worry about maintaining the costs of the upkeep. Um, so if you're setting up something like this is going to be expensive. You're talking several silver a month, I think. Settlement. I think it's add to upkeep. No, I know it's under settlement info. Monthly cost 57 silver, 44 copper, 20 iron. 57 silver. That's the same as 50,000 irons, or 57,000 irons, because it's 100 iron to a copper, 100 copper to a silver. So do the math. If you're if the best that you can get out of selling something to the deed token or the settlement token is 11 irons, that's a lot of sales that you got to make up throughout the month to maintain this property. So keep that in mind. It's not cheap to have something this large. Um, this is specifically the GM's property, so it's not my any of my characters' properties other than a GM. That I set it up to be a permanent property, which means it doesn't have any upkeep, but only GMs can do that. Do not ask a GM to set your property up, your settlement up as a permanent property. You are responsible for your upkeep. Neither one of us are going to do that for you. So, although we can, we're not going to. Because if you can't maintain the costs, then you shouldn't have that size of a deed. Start small, enlarge where you can. That's my advice. What else do I got in here? Dig to ground is in here. So if you're mounted or on a cart, whatever, it's actually going to put it in or in a ship. It's called dig to ground, but it's actually it puts it on the ground as you're digging, so you have to pick it up instead of putting it in your inventory. But it's also going to put it, if you're on a cart, it's going to load the cart up. If you're on a ship, it's going to load the ship up. So it's essentially whatever ground you're standing on, technically. Um, Mentioned the crop mod, harvest helper. Both of those are going. Hitching post I've mentioned. There's no way for me to stop it because it's locked in with other mods that require this to be in there. But the inbreed warning is in there as well. I can't configure it. It's already set up and has nothing but a properties in a jar file. So if you don't know what those are, it's Java. Don't worry about it. It's part of the mod. It's for the some of these other mods to run. This is required, and I can't remove it. What it's going to do is if you're trying to breed two animals together, and it's say um, a bull and a cow, they have an offspring, and it ends up being another cow. You can't breed that bull to that offspring cow. It's going to give you a warning saying, "Hey, this is you know it's they're too closely related." So you'll have to go out and find another cow to breed, and then maybe that one has a bull instead of a cow, and you can breed that bull to this cow, the two youngsters together, and you should be fine. But it's got to be certain stages apart. What else we got? The timer fix for the action timers. Um, there are certain actions that you can do that the timer is just ungodly long for. It's ridiculously long. This fixes that. So far, those are the only mods put in, and that's the way it's going to stay for now. The other thing I did, as far as server maintenance goes, I have scheduled tasks set up for updating the map, doing the map compilation. That happens every 15 minutes, 5 minutes after the hour starting. So 5 after, 20 after, and so forth. And then the synchronization happens 5 minutes after that. So the live map will be 5 minutes after um, the uh, the map compiles. So at 10 after the hour, at 25 after, at 20 minutes till, and at 5 minutes till, on for every hour, the live map itself will update. So you can go back in, refresh it. You'll see all the new stuff. So it's literally every 15 minutes. That's as fast as I can make it go. It's restricted by the host, the server host. I can't make it any faster than that. So maps every 15 minutes, starting 10. The live map updates 10 minutes after the hour, and every 15 minutes after that. That happens for both of those every 15 minutes. So the map compiling is 5 minutes after. The synchronization is 10 minutes after. As soon as the synchronization is done, the live map is updated. You can refresh the screen and be able to see what's going on. I was trying to get a live mini map for in the game, and when you hit the M key, this is the map that shows up. I was trying to get it set up so that my map actually shows instead. I'm going to have to keep working on that because neither one of them are working right now, so they're just disabled. The other thing that happens that you need to be aware of, backups. Server backups happen every 12 hours. It is specifically set for midnight Pacific Standard Time and 12 in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. So adjust your clocks so that you know when the backups are going to happen. When it does, it's going to shut down the server, do the backup, and restart it. So give it a couple of minutes and you can log right back in. Not a big deal. It only takes, I've been through it 3 different times already, and it literally only takes like half a minute. So as soon as that notification pops up on your screen after you've been disconnected, saying to try to reconnect, you should be able to reconnect. So just jump back in and continue on with what you were doing. It's an inconvenience, I know. There's no warning in game about it. It just happens. So I apologize about that. If I can set up a script so that it actually gives notification like 10 minutes prior, I will, but I haven't found one yet that works. So there's a lot of stuff to still do, but that backup occurs twice a day. I can set that up to be more frequent, but if I do, then that means like I can set it up to be, every 15 minutes if I wanted to. But that means every 15 minutes you're getting booted from the game. That's frustrating, especially if you're in the middle of trying to do something. I thought 12 hours was good enough. I could set it up for every 6 hours. If everyone's in agreement with it, then that's fine. I could set it up for once a day, but then you run the risk of, hey, I just put in 10 hours and the server crashed and I lost all the progress I made for the last 10 hours. Sure, the argument can still, you know, be justified for the 12-hour run, but at least you got something that's saved that you're not going to be running for 4, 5, 6 days with no backups, because it gives us a starting point to get you back to where you were. So that's all I've got for the setup right now. I have to leave for work in about an hour. Still have to get ready for work, take a shower, all that stuff. So this is going to be the only video put out today. And I will notify Biddy that I'm going to have to shut the server down to restart it and open it up to the public. So I'm going to be removing the password. So if you're watching the video, that'll happen soon. It'll probably be within the hour because I have to leave in an hour. But I want to make sure that that Old Biddy Gaming has a chance to find a spot that she likes, so she can set her deed up and have somewhere to work from before I open it up. It's vitally important that the two GMs have a spot that they're good with. I've got not only the starter town here, I've got the Iron Man video, so I'm happy. She needs to be able to have a spot that she likes, and trust me, there's still tons of spots out there, so don't feel like, oh, well, they took the 2 best spots or the 3 best spots. I'm going to admit this is probably one of the best spots that I've seen so far based on the starting location. But if I had to put the starting location somewhere else, there would have been a much better spot at that location. So I'll take full blame for taking up this whole landmass. Fly up and show you. That's Biddy messaging me again. So now I'm in the cloud layer, but I'm taking up this whole little jut out right here, except this over here. And I'm encouraging you guys to not build on this segment. Use it for, a boat dock, use it for fishing, for foraging, whatever. It's open land, but please don't build there because I don't want to have to get after anybody for, basically being a douche. I know I don't really say stuff like that very often, but we're trying to be courteous to one another and have a happy, friendly community. I'm trying to provide a spot outside my deed that is open for anyone to use for various different activities. I may put a few things in there. Like I said, I might put a dock or something in there to uh, be able to put your boat on. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but at the moment, it's just an open area. Maybe I'll put a variety of different trees out here, just, 1 or 2 of each of the fruit trees or whatever. So you've always got a spot, no matter what. Hey, I can't find this particular type of tree. You'll be able to go and, harvest that tree to get a few items you need for cooking, or, I don't know. But just do me a favor and don't build out there so that it stays open to whoever wants it. It's a terrible spot for a settlement anyway. So, and the fog's in, makes this so difficult. But okay, so we're going to do this a different way. I'm going to bring up the map and we're going to switch over here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Let me quickly refresh because I'm sure that it's got more information now. I haven't refreshed in a couple of hours, so. Okay, so the perimeter wall is all the way around. That's just dirt at the moment, but it's going to be, I'm going to continue to work on it for a while. This is the segment I'm asking you not to mess around with as far as building on. But if you look, I mean, that's a tiny little speck on this map. Tiny. So, I mean, there's tons of other spots, even just around this lake. There's another lake right here. There's another one right here. There's another one right here. There's another big lake right here. You could even channel through here and combine the two to make a bigger lake. There's all kinds of ocean um, property. There's mountains everywhere. There's another huge lake right here. Um, there's there's another couple of lakes over here. There's all kinds of water resources. I mean, look, this one's even got mountainside right next to it. I didn't even see that when I started the Iron Man saga, but you could build your settlement right here. You've got exposed rock, so you can just burrow into the mountain. You've got water right there. You're not going very far. The whole area could be, you know, a good little settlement for you. But there's tons of it. Look at this. There's a little jet out right here that you could build the settlement on. So there's lots and lots and lots of areas. There's even a little peninsula up here. There's a ton of areas that you can build your settlement on. So again, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but please leave this little tiny spot open for everyone to use and enjoy. Okay. Um, Beyond that, there's not really much of anything. So I'm going to talk to Biddy, find out what she wants to do, and if she's okay with me opening the server up yet. If she is, I will remove the password protection and it'll be ready within the hour. If she's not, then it'll end up being after I get off of work, which I close. Um, I close. I have to close the shop today, so it's going to be like 10, 11 o'clock tonight Pacific time if she's not ready. But sometime today, the server will no longer be password protected. If there's any other updates, I'll give you the updates. But typically, at the moment, it's looking like I'm going to be working on the server Saturday nights, um, possibly for a little while, Sunday mornings. There probably won't be too many videos for either of those 2 days if I'm working on this piece of property or whatnot. And then Monday morning, Tuesday morning, whatever, I can do more Iron Man videos. But right now there is no set schedule. I'm just thinking that I've definitely got to put in time over here. I've got to put in time on the Iron Man videos as well, so it's going to be a dual type thing. But Saturday nights, Sunday mornings, I'm probably going to be dedicating to working on this settlement here to try to get it ready for everybody. So if you need help or you have issues or whatever, just look to see if I'm on. I don't mind stopping what I'm doing and giving you a hand. I'm not going to summon a bunch of stuff for you or anything like that. I mean, this game is designed for you to do the work yourself. I don't give out a ton of freebies. Every once in a while, I might throw something special down um, for the players, but don't count on it. Um, I'm doing all of this. Well, I'm doing all of this with God powers, but I'm doing all of my Iron Man stuff by myself. I'm not using the GM for any of it. Don't want to. You should be the same way. Not necessarily with the whole Iron Man setup. You can keep your gear and do your own thing. But I'm saying, if you want a building built, build the building. If like we get down here, if this slope is too steep for you to dig on, then clearly you need to raise your digging skills. So find another piece of land and dig. If you're trying to, you know, make gravel roads or marble slate road or marble slab roads, whatever, you're going to need a higher paving skill. An easy way to start your paving skill is to come down, and I'm only going to do one tile, but um, where's my shovel? Right there's my shovel. Okay, activate your shovel, come up to a tile, right click it, and go to Oh, it's not there. Oh, right there. Pack. Guess what? That's going to work up your paving skills. Sure, you're packing dirt, but you're working up that skill. So now if I go into skills, that's shovel right there, paving. It's working up paving skills. So I can go to another one and do this and go pack, and you can watch it go up. Boom. Paving goes up with packing dirt. So if you want to get better at it, start by packing dirt, but you can do all of this stuff on your own. If you have questions or concerns, or there's issues going on or whatever, please let me know, or let Corey know. But try to keep in mind that we also are trying to get a bunch of other stuff done too, and we like playing as much as we like being able to help. So if you don't want the ground packed, you can cultivate. Boom, it's gone. That does not raise paving. I think it raises digging, but I'm not 100% certain. We'll find out here in a second. Yes. So cultivating raises digging. So get a tile almost flat or whatever, pack it, cultivate it, pack it, cultivate it, whatever you want to do, and you're going to raise those two skills up. All right. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Appreciate you guys watching. Any further updates, I will let you know. Oh, you guys didn't see the screen. I still had it on the map. I apologize. We're going to go through this one more time just to show you. So pack the dirt, inventory. Activate your shovel. Right click on the tile. Pack the dirt. Your paving skill goes up. Cultivate the dirt. Your digging will go up. See? Easy. All right. Now, that's about all I have for the moment. Remember, at some point today, before midnight Pacific Standard Time, which is GMT minus 8 hours for those of you that are abroad. Uh, Sometime before midnight, uh, the server will be public. There will no longer be a password. I have to wait for Old Bitty Gaming to tell me she's ready to go, because we are doing this together. She is my co-GM. She has every privilege and authority that I have. Yes, it's my server, but the two of us are going to do this together. She's agreed to come on and agreed to help co-GM this server for me. So if she says that something needs to happen or says no to something, don't come crying to me, because I'm not going to override her, just like she's not going to override me. We have equal authority on this server. You hear that, Biddy? we are we are equal cohorts in this adventure, and like I said, keep in mind we both have other things that we're trying to do as well. So I'm going to be on and off whenever I can, but I have a job, I have a wife, I have four-legged children that need attention. I still have, I have to help with cooking and cleaning and hygiene, and well, I don't have to help with hygiene, but I have to take care of my hygiene. Um, so there are things that I have to do, and I like to play the game as well. And if I'm playing the game, I don't want to have to stop what I'm doing just to jump on it on my GM and fix something, but I will if it's an issue. So don't be afraid to ask. I'll tell you if I'm able to jump over or whatnot. And if I'm not, maybe I'll just say, hey, can you give me 15, 20 minutes? I'm busy doing something. And if you can be patient with it, then sure, I'll jump over and help you. If it's an emergency, which it's a video game, so there's never an emergency, but hypothetically, if it's something dire that needs attention right now, just let me know. If someone's being an a-hole in game and needs to be dealt with, I'll come and deal with them. But, you know, it's just one of those things. We all have things that we want to do, and we're all trying to play a game and have some fun. Let's try to keep it fun. All right, guys? All right. I appreciate you watching. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and get some things around the house taken care of. I am going to chat with Biddy for a minute and make sure that everything's good to go, and we'll go from there. Hope to see you on the server. If not, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.